Hello, I'm Bilawara. I'm the Elder on campus for the Northern Territory Medical Program, and I've been given the wonderful opportunity to come with the first year medical students to Katherine to experience the remote health experience.
For the last 5 years, the Flinders Northern Territory Remote Health Experience has brought together students from 4 disciplines: medicine, pharmacy, nursing, and Aboriginal health workers to learn together using real-life location simulation.
It's always very emotional for me to start this launch because it's for me, in one person, you have actually the story of what's happening over this weekend. It's remote, it's interprofessional, it's multidisciplinary, and we hope it's a lot of fun.
Pharmacy students, nursing students, and Aboriginal health professionals. So they get to go through different scenario stations, learning how they would deal with an accident with many different people who may need their assistance, and how would they do that without the equipment and the backup that they would normally enjoy in a major city or town.
Has anyone seen the troopy? They are 1.5 hours overdue. I hope they are all right.
There's been a car accident and it's happened 100 kilometres outside of the town called Wumin. And for emergency services to come, it will take up to 3 hours. And us as students, we need to treat everyone. Each person has an individual injury. One person's got a gash to their calf, deep almost to the bone. Someone's been stung by a bee. We don't know if they're having an allergic reaction. Someone else has seemed to sprain their ankle. And there's someone else who's suffering from heat stroke. And because we're out in the bush, we need to find other resources to help treat these people.
A situation that happens a lot in the Territory, and it's a really great experience for the students. They learn about how to sort and sieve the patients, about themselves, what they've got in them, about taking charge, and they're taught how to manage that from lots of different aspects. But also they learn a bit about management without any medical skills as such.
It looks like they've really gone to a lot of trouble to make it as realistic as possible.
I'm Malcolm Johnston Leek. I'm from the National Critical Care and Trauma Response Centre, and I'm the Medical Director for Ambulance in the Northern Territory. The remote experience is fantastic because you're actually doing it out in the remote area. We're actually out here where people will be working in the conditions that they will be working in. It's not studying it in the city, which has got no relation really to what it is like working out here. So the shade's actually going to move that way. So if you're here first thing in the morning, you know there's going to be a big move. We know we've got about 3.5 hours of sunlight left. And the shade's going to move that way, so that will adjust.
Leonard Cooper. I'm a Aboriginal health practitioner student doing my Cert 4 through Batchelor. We're doing a multi-casualty incident, and we're learning what to do. We got student nurses as well as pharmacy students. Because we work all together in the health profession, I do so much, they do so much, and then what we do, we combine together.
A remote is about communication.
For the people that are in the vehicle, there are 4 that's from an AMS, which is an Aboriginal Health Service. They speak Creole as their first language. The other 2 are international guests that don't speak any English. It's very difficult for them, so communication will be an issue.
Baby, shade, hot, tight, sore facial expressions.
So this is a station about compromise and assessing somebody in a difficult place, and it's a station about communicating. How do you actually explain the position to that patient without them getting unduly distressed by it? Because distress is bad for the patient.
To actually put you in the helicopter. Helicopter? I've never been in a helicopter before. Is it safe?
What we're doing is using this heart monitor to test one of the facilitators who's simulating having heart problems in a remote context to see what we can do about triaging her and then figuring out how to treat her from then on. And we're running through situations that we might come across in a remote context and seeing how we can basically adapt to what we would normally do in terms of treatment for a situation where really this is all the equipment you can rely on.
In the big cities, you've got a lot of things at your fingertips, and you've got a lot of resources and a lot of different areas you can contact. Whereas remote health, you've got very little. You have to learn to rely very much on yourself. You need to develop a lot of skills to cross a lot of areas, because you don't have your specialists that you can quickly refer to in those areas. And particularly when you're travelling, to be able to improvise becomes really, really important. And people, when they learn in the urban setting, they don't learn how to improvise. And I really think Katherine takes you right out of that comfort zone and begins to put them into an area that stresses and opens for learning, a lot more learning.
So, what are we thinking the blood pressure might be? What are you expecting, high or low?
Low.
Low. Very low or a little low? Little low, because her brain was still working. You knew all this before we got the machine out.
I'm here with 12 pharmacy students from their third year. They're undertaking the stations at the moment and learning about multidisciplinary and collaborative care. I think it's very important, especially in rural and remote regions, to make sure that you can interact with other healthcare professionals and to work in a team, because at the end of the day, all the health professionals need to be working together to improve the health outcomes for the individuals and the community.
The most amazing part of this experience for me was bush medicine, which was done by these really amazing Aboriginal ladies who taught us very good techniques on how to use bush plants to heal. It was an eye-opener for me.
The use of a bush medicine has been with us since our ancestors have roamed here on this land. Knowledge of our bush medicine has been passed down to us by our foremothers. We are also now in partnership with the Flinders University, and we have many medical students that come, and we show them and teach them the knowledge of our bush medicine to these medical students.
There is a station with also a very technical skill station, which is cannulation. And this station is often also a queuing station because a lot of students want to practice, and more you practice, better you improve your skills. I really recommend that you give it a go and try, because you are actually, by trying, you'll realize how difficult it is to persevere the vein. And sometimes, you know, why you have these big bruises when someone does it wrongly on you.
So Bilawara, this is a trachoma screening station, so why don't we check this out and see what's going on here?
Yes, I'm really interested because quite a few of my family have had trachoma.
What we're doing today is just learning about trachoma and the screening process, which is actually really good for my profession. Seeing it's one of the leading eye problems for Aboriginal people, we get to share a lot of knowledge with each other and kind of bounce off each other a lot. They get to learn about something that they wouldn't normally come into contact with.
What's happening here?
So you know how we saw the troopy rollover before?
Yes.
In that context, they come across a person possibly has anaphylaxis.
Yes.
So what they're being taught here is how to manage that type of patient.
Basically just the stimulation. So we're going through like the response. So just basically if there's any danger, if they're breathing and everything like that, just checking the mannequins actually breathe and everything's quite cool.
Wow.
Yeah, we're learning how to give them an EpiPen and just learning to monitor their response and everything after that.
This is a wonderful opportunity for the medical students to get to work with other disciplines and from the community organisations, so that they learn not only how to work in a multidisciplinary team, but also to experience what it's like out in a remote area. They bond and they get to meet and know people from various different communities that in future they may have to work with.
The weekend in Katherine is coming to a close. It was a test of resilience, of character, of compassion and of communication, and I think all the students really have shone through this weekend.
I have to say that even though I came with reservations about exactly what I was going to get out of the weekend, what I was going to be able to offer. I'm going away with a real wealth of knowledge and experience that I've picked up. The wealth of experience in the other people, such as the Aboriginal health practitioners, is absolutely amazing.
I just had a really, really good time, and I really recommend everyone from all the year levels to actually experience it and not miss this opportunity while it's there. And it's been organised very well. Accommodation was very amazing, thanks to Pascale and all her crew. Her organisation was just really good.
The remote health experience is an interprofessional experiential learning activity where all participants will learn about remote issues in real-life simulated context. The learning and teaching is multidisciplinary, and overall, it is fun. I hope there will be many more to come, and that the succession is ensured by students who will return as facilitators, as we already have seen with the Aboriginal health workers from Katherine now teaching into the remote health experience in Katherine.
Yes, there is a little bit of eating and walking around, and the organisers never stop organising and always keep contact with everyone to make sure we're all safe and enjoying the event. Thank you very much.